everyone, welcome to Works for Tools channel. I'm Eric. Today we're talking about the swivel head ratchets from Olsa. Big thank you to Olsa Tools for sending these out to me to check them out. I've used them a few times. They're pretty cool in the way they work and the head swivels. As you can see here, it swivels around. These are 90 tooth and they're actually pretty easy with one hand to switch, so that's pretty cool. I've used them a little bit, like I said, and so that you can ratchet them this way and then you can turn it like that and use it as a driver. I've used the 3/8 on a couple jobs, and then the quarter I've used it with on like hose clamps and stuff. So here's a quick clip just showing this one being used. Olsa swivel head 3/8 drive. Got to do a door latch. It's an actuator in here. Break it loose. Bring it straight and turn it out. Awesome. Alright, so that was just a short clip of showing this being used on the job. I've always wanted to get some of these. I thought about getting them, and then when Olsa Tools reached out, I said absolutely I want to try them because I've seen them on the Snap-on truck and they're so expensive, which we'll get to later, that I never pulled the trigger. So I want to thank Rob, my Snap-on guy, and I'll leave the information below to him. Let me borrow a couple of these to compare them. We'll look at some features and how they look. And then my Matco guy, Cole, thank you to him for letting me borrow this. And we have a 1/4 inch drive one also. So we're going to put these side by side and check them out and see what they look like. So let's check them out. Alright, so let's check out these ratchets. This is the 3-piece set from Olsa first. We'll look a little closer at them. There's a part number for the 3-piece set. And then of course you can buy them separately from Olsa Tools. The 3/8 that we were looking at first, there's a part number. And like I said, it feels pretty good. I've used it for mostly oil changes and a couple jobs like what I showed with doing the door latch. It has 90 tooth and a 4-inch swing, or 4-degree swing as it were, so you don't have to turn too much. And then it flips all the way around and it feels pretty good. I like the chrome handles anyway. And then they have the 1/4 inch drive one. There's a part number on that. They're all 90 tooth with 4-degree of swing. This one you can see I haven't used as much, so it's pretty quiet. The other one is pretty fine tooth. And then what Snap-on and Matco don't offer is a 1/2 inch drive one if you found a use for one of those. This is also a 90 tooth. Feels pretty smooth, no real sharp edges. And it's pretty cool. I haven't really used this one much yet, but I certainly will be using it more. And then it comes in this case. A lot of people like the molded cases, so that's pretty cool. But here's where we get more interesting, right? The 1/4 inch on the Olsa, and then versus the Snap-on. And the Snap-on part number is, see if it'll focus here, TNF 72. This is 72 teeth, but it sounds finer because my Snap-on rep says that there's 7 points of contact. I'm not sure how much the Olsa tool has as far as contact, but I haven't had any trouble with them. But we could see, you could see they're pretty close to the same length. The Snap-on one is a little more narrow, or as far as, you know, not as tall. And this is a little shallower, so it's not sticking up so much. But when you're using these kind of ratchets, I'm not too sure you're going to be worried about a lot of room. And then here's the Matco one. Part number on this one is AR6STA. My coworker Adam will really like this because it's got the push button release. He loves those. I haven't converted to those yet, but they have been pretty handy when you have greasy sockets trying to get them off. All of them seem to be about the same length and pretty good finish. This one, the snap-on one, was 72 teeth and 5 degrees of swing, okay, on the 1/4 inch. And then the Matco one is 100 tooth and 3.6 degrees swing. So they all sound pretty fine, and they work pretty good. But the difference is here on singulars is Olsa Tools 1/4 inch drive comes in at $25.87, $25. The snap-on one comes in at $136.50. And to come back to that, these are made in Taiwan, these are made in USA, and then the Matco one's made in USA, and this one is $108.95. That's a little comparison, and we could see these ones are pretty similar, the Matco versus the Olsa ones, as far as height and everything and length. So they're pretty comparable with the push button, but the snap-on one was a little more shallow. Now we have the 3/8 drive ones. The Olsa one is, if you like specs, that's what I'm going after here, just telling you all the specs. Here's the part number on that one. And this is also, this one's 90 tooth with 4 degrees of swing. And then this one comes in, we could see the differences with the 3/8 drive one. Still a little more shallow on the snap-on one here. We can get this in the picture. It is a bit taller though, but snap-on, of course, they like making everything a little bit bigger. So that one's definitely taller. And then here's the Matco one, about the same length as the snap-on one. We could see that. Olsa versus snap-on. I imagine these are pretty easy to turn too, huh? Oh yeah, they're pretty close. But yeah, these ones come in at $136.50. Now snap-on versus the Matco one, you can see the difference there. And then Olsa versus the Matco one. Pretty similar on the height. And then they were similar on the length with snap-on, Matco, and the Olsa being a little shorter. It'd be cool if these were a little longer. They would have a little more leverage, but they work pretty good even the way they are. And if I didn't do the part numbers for these yet, Matco is BR10STA, and the snap-on is FNF100. So these ones are 100 tooth. Olsa is $30.87. Snap-on, $178.60. And then the Matco comes in with 100 tooth, and this is $155.95 for their 3/8 drive. So here's some reasons. You know, the prices, even professional mechanics, I mean, the Olsa Tools is great for do-it-yourselfers. All of them really are. It depends on how much money you want to spend. And there's some comparisons anyway between the Olsas, the snap-ons, and the Matco. So I thought it'd be interesting and cool to see the differences. I want to thank Olsa Tools again for sending me this set. It's worked great, and I continue to use that. And then thanks Rob for letting me borrow these to compare them, and my Matco dealer, the snap-on dealer Rob, and Matco dealer Cole. And I'll leave their information below. If you guys want to buy any snap-on tools, you know, you can get a hold of them. Either call them or send them an email, and they can ship things. And of course, Olsa Tools, they ship, and they have great prices too. So there's a comparison. But thank you guys for watching. Be safe. Have a good time out there. Don't forget, don't just work for tools, let the tools work for you. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.